Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing? Today, we're going to make it a very quick one, and I'm going to be here by myself because I am not really that happy today. It's a lot of things that have been happening, and I just want to quickly come on here and talk about it, say my bit, and then leave it alone. As many of you already know, there's a video circulating online about a minor, I think a 16-year-old, that was caught in a compromising situation. The video was actually released. I don't know who released it, I don't know the details of it, but it was a video of a 16-year-old, a minor, actually having intimate sex with the teacher that is about, I think, 33 years old. And instead of people being outraged, instead of people, crying out, calling for justice for this poor boy, people are glamorizing it. The things I see online, people are saying how good he is. People are saying, all manners of things, kind of laughing about it, kind of. But this is a child. Abuse is abuse. Okay? In as much as the boy seemed willing, seemed like he knows what he's doing, seemed like he's enjoying what he's doing, he's still a minor. So you cannot, even if he seems like he's willing, it's still abuse. Abuse is abuse. You cannot do that with a minor, period. Whether he gives you consent or not, he cannot give consent. He's not able to give consent. Okay. So when you see things like that, you have to stop and think of what is happening. Don't just look at the act. I could not even really watch the video because this boy could be our son, our little brother, our brother. So imagine it from that standpoint. Will you still be laughing? If you were the parent, will you still be laughing? So let's take a step back and actually analyze this for what it is. It is a child being exploited, it is abuse. Okay? Sex, abuse. Under no circumstance should you be doing that with a minor. And now, so why is it really an abuse? When you're dealing with a minor, they're looking onto the adult for guidance, for protection, for leadership, for psychological influence. I've talked about this so many times in my channel about the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that is involved or directly involved with decision making. Is not fully developed till the age of 25. It develops as you go. So if it's not fully developed till the age of 25, imagine what he's doing at 16. At 16, all he wants is to feel good. All he's involved in is a reward system. They don't think consequences. They don't think what is good for them or what is not good for them. So they can easily be misled. They can easily be groomed. Children can easily be groomed into thinking that whatever they're doing is fun or whatever they're doing is good or they're happy. They don't have the capacity to decide that. Minors should always be seen as minors. They are not capable of making decision. The same way you don't leave a toddler to cross the street. You do know if you leave a toddler, they will cross the street, even if cars are coming. That's because their brain is not developed to be able to think that, okay, this is danger. So as it goes in different form, in different stages of life, is the same thing. That's the same way a 16-year-old is not able to know that this might harm me psychologically, this might harm me emotionally, this can even harm me physically because they are not even wired to think safety. So now, let's get into it a little bit. I'm going to point out a few things about this issue. So why is this so bad? We've talked about it. The adult should be the one guiding the situation. So even if a 16-year-old is begging you come and do this, you should know better. You should know better. Okay? So at this stage, another thing I want to talk about is the safety of it because that video, the little that I did see, I didn't see any protection. I just made a video here about how many people are walking around with HIV, especially in our country. So many people you don't know, your next door neighbor, somebody living in the house with you may not know, but they're living with HIV because it's that rampant, it's everywhere. And like I've said, you may get it and you'll be okay. Everybody is different. The person that you may pass it on to may not be okay. And the thing is that there is this a culture of shame that many people don't come and say this is what happened. So some people you see that are being unalived or unalived, you don't know what happened. The family member is not going to come and tell you is this or is that. So you don't know. It's very rampant. And some people, yes, you can take medication and be able to take care of yourself and be able to live long. Thank God for that. Things, science have evolved. But how is it everybody that have access to this medication? And no matter how good or how bad the medication is, it may not work for everybody. The same way you might take paracetamol and it works, and maybe somebody else will take it and they will need to take something else. It still happens like that. And you don't know who may be allergic to that medication. You don't know what will happen. So the best thing is avoid these compromising situations. When you're dealing with somebody, make it be safe. Be safe. You should be having this conversation. If you're going to be involved with somebody else in an intimate situation, make sure both of you get tested. Both of you get tested and make sure you see them go into that lab, see their blood drawn, because people can do fake things. People can manufacture fake papers and tell you, oh, look, I'm negative. So make sure any responsible adult should not be upset at this, because they know you're just being responsible to protect yourself and protect them. Because if there's somebody that is positive, it doesn't mean you can't be with that person. It means you now have to take precautions to protect the other person. So knowledge is power. You have to know. So back to the topic at hand, this boy, there was no protection. He's not even thinking protection. He's just enjoying himself. He's having fun. He wants to probably go brag to his friends that he was able to do this with an older person. So this is appalling. I don't know why people are not seeing it that way. And now let's switch. Let's switch. Let's flip this. Let's say that was a girl. Will people still be feeling the way they're feeling? No, it will be an outrage. People will be saying justice, justice, justice. We just talked about Ochania not long ago. Even though this Regina Daniels matter came and, you know, swept it under the carpet. People didn't really talk about it as they should, but I wish that Ochanya case was carried the way it's supposed to be. Because at this point, we don't know what happened to it. We don't know. Okay? Now, this boy, if he were a girl, what will you be saying? Everybody will be screaming. Everybody will be outraged. They will say, bring the teacher, let's buy him or her. But now he's a boy. People are laughing. People are saying he's good. People are saying he's. And from that video, that this boy didn't start this today. Oh. He did not start this today. That boy must have started this nonsense at 10 or so, allegedly, because the way he was acting, the look in his face is not something that is new to him. He's not somebody that is being introduced to something. And I ask, where are we going? Where are we going? I know this boy's case came to light, okay? But it doesn't mean he's the only person that this have happened to. There are lots and lots and lots of boys going through this. And guess what? We're just building a generation, future generation of damaged people. Future generation, because it's not just that it's happening and we are appalled by it. The problem is that it's happening and nobody is saying anything. Everybody is glamorizing it. Anyway, let me take a moment and say hi to people. Chidera, you're welcome. Joshua, Maureen, Casey, thank you all for being here. And the people that I don't see, that I cannot mention their name, thank you all for being here. I do recognize you. I do thank you for being here. I do appreciate your time and I do appreciate your contribution. Okay. And again, of course, I'm here. I didn't invite anybody today, but if you're on the comment section and you want to come into the studio to say something, you are more than welcome. Let me drop. Okay. I just pinned, let me see. I just pinned the link. So if you want to come into the studio to say something, the link is in the chat section. Just hit it and I'll let you in. And we can continue this conversation. Joshua, you are welcome. I see all of you. Sorry, some names have passed and I don't see it anymore. So if I don't mention your name, don't be offended. You are just as appreciated as everybody else. Okay. Thank you all so much. It's just that this topic is very triggering to me. I'm so triggered. I'm so triggered because I can imagine. I can imagine if this was my son. I, y'all will be seeing me in jail because somebody is about to be so that somebody is about that teacher, that teacher, one of us is going to jail. Is either her or me? Because I might do something that might land. You can't mess with my children, okay? Yeah, and that should be, and I'm sure that every parent feel this way. Every parent feel this way. You can't mess with their children. So I don't know these people that are doing this, that teacher needs to be taken for evaluation because something is wrong. Something is wrong. When do you go from, hey, come here, do your homework? When do you go from there to, hey, come here, let's do this? How? I even understand. Men have been doing this to minors for generations, but when I can't even imagine it the other way around. But they're both equally wrong. That's why I say nowadays, I don't like to say men this, men that, because women are just as evil. Women, they're just as evil. It's just that they hide it better. They're just as evil. I remember in high school, to be honest with you, not to hijack this story is not about me, but I guess you might get to hear a little bit about me today. In high school, to be honest, I went through this so much. I went through this so much. It was ridiculous. My people were coming to my school at a point, I changed school. People, my family was coming to my school to get, I don't want to say too much to, complain. Because you see the youth corpers, he was either come to, if I is not come to my house. Of course I was in boarding school. If he's not come to my house, or you won't pass your biology if you don't meet me here, or you won't, it was too much. Now it's a crime for back home. I'm not saying I fine, no. I'm not saying I fine, no, but I think a little bit, I might say a little bit, so they know they take I see fine girl. All these older men, they know they see take I see fine girl. Hey, if they're not doing it, they're not. My family have to come on several occasions and be like, hey, if you talk to her again, this. If you do this again, so what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to bring a little humor into it. But what I'm trying to say is that this thing is too much. But I think if steps can be taken to keep adults accountable, it will reduce. If steps are taken to keep adults accountable, it will reduce. But I don't think they're being kept accountable. It's even now that I think social media is doing a little bit, like the case of Ochanya. I think it's even social media that is pushing things just a little bit. Otherwise, they do it and they get away with it. They do it and they get away with it. But the appalling thing is that even stupid older women are now joining the gang. What are you doing with little boys? As men fool everywhere rich, begging. Men are begging. You don't have to pay them. As men fool everywhere rich. Now, so one small boy you want, you haba man. Honestly, I don't know. I tire for people. It's not just in our country, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But the difference is in other places that are being held accountable. For example, in America, in Nkechi, I see you. Arize, thank you for being here. National Lord, you guys are so welcome. In America, if you get somebody in such a situation, you know, doing anything to a child, anything romantic, anything in that. I'm trying to use words that are safe because social media don't like certain words. They will flag it. So, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're an adult is caught doing something to a child, my dear, they are treated worse than murderers. They are treated worse. Even when they put them in jail, the people in jail will beat them like other inmates, other people in jail that that have committed one crime or the other. They will still beat up the one that was touching children. That means even in the stage of criminality, people that are doing things, they still have the decency to know that children must be protected. You will see people that were unalive, people that were committed all manners of crime, and they will be in prison. If you bring in somebody that they say did something with a child, that person is a target. They have to put themselves, because the other ones may beat them so much, and they will deal with them. That means even the criminals know that children must be protected. That is how bad it is in America. And even after they serve their term, after they're in jail, if they manage to come out, they are not allowed to live within certain miles of school where children go to school. They carry that level for the rest of their life. Child molester. I hope I can say that. They carry it for the rest of their life. If they're looking for a job, they must report it because you'll be in their record. If they want to go to housing, if they want to rent an apartment, is reported. So they cannot rent an apartment where children are. They have to, so for the rest of their life, they are in isolation. For the rest of their life, they will deal with this thing. It's not a forgivable offense. That is how bad it is. So, in as much as it still happens in America and other places like that, the consequences is so much that it will make some people to reason it a little bit, think of it a little bit. But in a country where nothing is done, nobody says anything, all these perverts can do and undo. And there's nothing discouraging the upcoming perverts because the ones that did it got away with it. So what stops them? So that is the difference. So it's not to say that it's not happening in everywhere else. It's happening. And it's appalling. So now, we've talked about why it's not okay. The adult should know better. So even if the child is begging you, come and do this, you should know better. What you should be doing is seeking for help for that child, reporting that child to his parents, and not indulge it. A child cannot give consent. Know that and know peace. A child cannot give consent. There's a reason why they are termed minor. So even if they tell you to do it, don't do it. So the double standard is something I think I already pointed it out. Look at the case of Regina Daniels. When it came out that they were saying she was 17 when she got married, even though Ned said she wasn't, even though we're still all confused because nobody knows. Some people said, the mother said 21, she said this, and the husband said this. We still don't know, but let's assume. The uproar, people were attacking the man. People were so disgusted. People were so, and this is 17, or was it? I don't remember. But you see how people reacted to it? Even when they're not sure which one is true. I didn't say anything about it because I don't know. I don't know if she was really 17. I don't know if she was 21, like the mother said. I don't know. But the people that believed she was 17 and reacted so violently to it, it was an uproar. How come I'm not seeing that same reaction with this thing that happened with this boy? It's like men, the men are treated differently, and it's not fair. So if we're looking at it as abomination with the when the man did it, we should be looking at it the same way when a woman does it. So stop the double standard. That's another thing. And parents, I'm not blaming parents, so because I know that certain sometimes, no matter what you do, no matter how you train your children, they still go astray. But I need parents to be aware. Don't just focus on your children academic performance. Don't just focus on you must carry number one, you must carry number two. How is your biology? You must be a doctor or a lawyer, and that's all that matters. No, you should be equally involved in that child's ability to speak when certain things happen to them. Educate that child. I made a separate video talking about how to educate your children. Watch it if you need to. Let the children know from beginning, from when they're young, because if they know this thing from when they're young, they will carry it to when they're teenagers, and they will carry it to when they're adults. Let a child know the difference between somebody trying to clean them. First of all, let them know what private parts are. Let them mention it by name, what their private areas are. Make sure they know it. There's no shame to it, it's theirs. Once they understand what private parts are, the difference between the head, the arm, and the other areas. So when they understand it, let them know nobody have a right to touch it. Nobody. No, not even their parents, unless they are being cleaned for hygiene reasons. So let them understand the difference between hygiene touching and non-hygiene touching. Because a parent should be able to maybe clean that area for them because they're still young. But let them know anything beyond that, even if he's your parent. Tell somebody. If he's one parent, tell the other parent. If he's an outsider, tell your parents. If he's your brother or sister, tell your parents. If he's your parent, tell your brother or sister, tell your uncle. You must tell somebody. There's no reason you should be keeping a secret with a child. Let them know it's not okay. If anybody tells you that something is a secret, tell them it's not okay. That's when you should scream that thing more. There's no secret with a child. What secret are you keeping with a child? So let the children understand this. Amaka, how are you? Peterson, I see you. Welcome, guys. Thank you all for being here. We are discussing the case of the 16-year-old that the video was circulating, having intimate, you know what I mean, with a 33-year-old teacher, female. Okay. So anyway, that is it. Educate your children, make the house environment safe for them to tell you things. Let them understand boundaries. Let them be able to tell you. Don't scream at them all the time. So they'll be free to tell you. Ask them these things. If it's every Sunday, did anybody touch you? Did anybody, and then watch out for their behavior. If they suddenly have an uncle or an adult that is giving them gifts nonstop, you should look into that. Unless there's a reason for that. But if it's somebody that you think suddenly, all of a sudden, this person is not an auntie, is not an uncle, but all of a sudden they're bringing home gifts from this person, look into that. Okay. If all of a sudden they're running away from an adult, all of a sudden they don't want to go visit this adult, or they don't want to go buy something for this adult again, look into that. If they're all of a sudden very secretive, they are scared every time you touch them, they jump, or they look into that. If they start having pain in that private area, all of a sudden you can see like they squish when they pee, or you notice, look into that. So pay attention to your children. Don't just take care of them money wise, take care of their emotional, psychological, everything. Look into things, watch them, be able to observe them, know your children so much that when behavior changes, you can tell. If they start being secretive, because children react to these things differently, it's not like one method. If they start being secretive all of a sudden, look into that. If they start acting withdrawn, look into that. Because children that do this, like this 16-year-old, when you start looking deeper, a lot of them were abused when they were younger. If you talk to a lot of people that I think I can say prostitutes, when you start talking to them, you will see that they were abused when they were younger. we all often undermine the effect of childhood trauma. A lot of things that people do when they're grown is because of what they went through when they were young. So let's be mindful of that. You have to protect the children, because the children that are not protected are the ones that turns out as messy adults. Okay, so that's why sometimes when you see somebody behaving a certain way, I ask. Sometimes I have a little empathy because I'm like, I wonder what they must have gone through when they were young. Not to say that everybody behaving badly is because they went through something. Some people are just bad people, period. They went through a good childhood, nothing happened to them, but they just decide to be bad. Okay? But let's at least prevent the ones we can prevent. That is all I'm trying to say. So, parents, be mindful, educate your children, watch your children, observe your children, so you can nip this thing in the bud. Like I said, this boy didn't start doing this today. No, not at all. He didn't start doing that today. Yeah, Daniel, welcome. Chisom, welcome. You guys, I appreciate you guys, okay? Today is kind of weird because I came in here with a mindset of, let me bear out my mind. I wasn't even trying to have a conversation, but it is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. Amaka, you are welcome. Thank you all for being here. So, my people, that is it. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Let's be mindful. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Let's be mindful of these things. Let's stop. Oh, yeah, I wanted to also, there's something I need to bring out also. For people sharing this, sharing it is all over the place. I've seen it. I won't lie. I've seen it, but I immediately took it off. The people sharing this, be mindful depending on where you live. It might be okay in some areas. I don't think it's okay anywhere, but legal wise. But I'm telling you that some countries that if somebody happens to see that in your phone and they happen to know that this child is under 18, it will be considered a crime. Yes. So be mindful, because some people might not know this. Some people might think, oh, it's all fun and game. It doesn't matter. You can send it to anybody. No, be mindful. So it is considered a crime. Yes, it's to be propagating child, I don't want to say the name. So be mindful that is a crime in some countries. So you don't put yourself in trouble out of something you don't know innocently. So yeah, it is. It is a crime in some countries. Just to be sharing it though is a crime. Even if you didn't do it. Even if, because some people share these things, they don't ask you for permission. People can just send it to you because they're like, oh, look at what I saw. They send it to you. Oh my God, look at this. They send it to you. So if you get it and be protect yourself, delete it. I will advise. Don't leave that in your phone. Okay? Because you never know. You never know when something will happen and somebody will see your phone. You never know, and somebody will see that on your phone. And depending on which country you are, well, thank you guys. I appreciate everybody that has been here. Thank you all for watching. Now I'm getting ready to close because I have basically been talking. I don't have anybody with me in the studio. So unless anybody wants to come in and say something, if anybody have anything to say, this is the time. Hit the link and come in and say what you need to say or contribute or advise or whatever. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and close the live because again, I'm working on keeping it very short. People have told me that it's too long. So I'm working seriously on keeping it very short so we can continue to do this every Sunday. Even me, I'm trying to keep it short so I can have time to do other things. But last Sunday, I think we spent 5 hours. I didn't even know. It was after the live that I saw it was 5 hours. I think people were having so much fun. People were, enjoying the conversation that we didn't know when we did up to 5 hours of live. Ridiculous. So again, thank you. Let me read a few of what people are putting in the chat section. Children need guide, though some don't like guide. Also, Some parents don't have time with children because of work. Yes. Another person wrote, but there's no indication the boy is a minor in that video. There's no indication the boy is a minor in that video. And the link doesn't show. Why is the link not showing? Please, somebody else, if anybody, if you see the link, can you paste it again so people can see it? I don't know why I'm always getting this complaint that the link is not showing. The link, I just pasted the link and I even pinned it. So, can anybody see the link? If you're on the chat section, just let me know if you can see the link. I just pasted it again. Okay, so yeah, the person that is saying that there's no indication the boy is a minor, there might not be indication that the boy is a minor, but from what we're understanding, they say the boy is 16. That's what is all over the internet, that the boy is 16. So I'm talking based on the assumption that the boy is 16. Everything is allegedly, of course. But what we cannot deny is that these things don't happen. They do happen. They do happen. I've heard of another case of a young boy that was actually, I've heard of two other cases of a young boy that one of them was with the house, the babysitter, the person that was brought into the house to take care of the children, doing certain things to the boy. And I've also heard of another case of an auntie that lives down the street will call these boys and be doing nonsense with them. And this was long time ago because the boy is grown now and he's the one that told the story. So these things do happen. Whether is this particular case we're talking about or not, they do happen. So what I'm saying, adults, please, 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 there's so many adults walking around that are looking to do these things. Leave children alone. If you're a man, leave girls alone. There are so many women, grown women, that are ready to mingle with you. They are ready to mingle with you at no charge. So leave children alone. And then the same thing for the other gender. There are so many men, there are so many women, that are ready to mingle with you. So please leave children alone. Leave children alone. There are adults that are willing. Go do this, whatever you want to do with adults. And you will hear from me. You won't hear from anybody. Eh? As long as both of you adults enjoy yourself. But I beg you to be safe. For the sake of your people around you, be safe. Try to practice whatever you're doing safely. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm going to close. I don't know if you still cannot see the link or not, but I'm going to go ahead and close. I want to let everybody know that raising a child is a community responsibility. It's not just the parents. I know things are getting out of hand where the world is evolving to where you can no longer correct children. Some children will tell you you're not my parents, and some stupid parents will even fight you for correcting their children. So I know things are changing, but let's try to preserve the culture as much as possible. I'm all for the culture. I'm proudly Igbo. I'm sure it's the same thing with Hausa, Yoruba, everywhere. If I'm probably African, let's say African. In Africa, one person don't raise a child. It takes a community. So I want you to see it as your responsibility to protect every child that is in your community. It's not just the parents. So if the parents are dropping the ball, pick it up for the sake of tomorrow, for the sake of that child. That child may grow up to be the president tomorrow. That child may grow up to be. So just look at it as a community thing. Don't think, oh, it doesn't concern me, no concern me. That's what I want to leave everybody with. Just remember, you do share responsibility. In this thing that happened, everybody, every adult that may have seen something fishy and didn't speak up or didn't say anything, they're all involved. Because some of them, these things are not hidden. Some adults see it, but they don't say a word. They're like, it's not from my mouth. You hear, they will hear it, though. Or they're even afraid to offend the adult. No, You're destroying a whole generation. Just remember that we are all responsible for every child that is in your care, or that is in your community, or that is in your vicinity. So let's try in a world where I don't even know what to say again of this word, in a world where morality is buying, no morals anymore. It's a culture of do you. You see that phrase, do you? Yes, we all say it, but if you look the meaning of it, it's like basically, as long as it feels good to you, do it. Do you. So this do you culture is not good. Is taking away the essence of humanity. We should stop this do you culture and try to be doing everybody else. You need to take care of a community. We are not created to be alone. We are not created to do us. We're created to take care of your neighbor. We are created to be involved in your community. We're created to collectively move everybody forward. It's unfortunate it's not like that. Everybody wants to tear everybody down. Everybody, there's jealousy, there's envy, there's anger, there's unforgiveness, there's malice, there's everything everywhere. And we're all guilty. Nobody is excluded. But it's just if I have a chance to mention it every once in a while, I mention it. You never know, maybe one person might say, think twice or listen. Okay? So let's see it as a collective effort to stop these things from happening. If you don't have a child, every child in your community, in your village, in your yard is your child. Okay? It's unfortunate that people no longer see life that way, but it used to be that way. I remember growing up, I remember one of my auntie, it wasn't my direct auntie because it wasn't my mom's sister, but I think it was my mom's cousin. I remember her, auntie. Um, she was so sweet. She would bring us everything from ube to guava to mango. And honestly, I took that woman as my mother. She was my mother. When I started getting a little change, when I started making money, I was, sending her something. He paid me that she passed before I could really spoil her. But that's life. That's life. But we did our best. Me, my sisters, my brothers. It wasn't just me. But what I'm trying to say is that we truly saw her as our mother. So if things and she treated us the same as well. So if things are done right, everybody is your child. Everybody involved, your sister's children, your brothers. It's just that it doesn't happen again because one may be doing it, the other is not reciprocating. Because if that woman treated us bad, I won't feel the way I feel. No, I won't. So some people don't do their part and they expect the other way. So if you go treating children bad, don't expect them to take you as a mother. Or if you go, or if the child is disrespecting the adult and doing whatever, don't expect them also to take you as their child. So life is always balance, reciprocation, reciprocity. People don't believe in that because people are like, oh, there are some people that will say two wrongs don't make it right. I don't believe in that. Two wrongs don't make it right. Yes, but if somebody is continuously treating you bad, you're going to remove yourself. You may not do wrong, but you may remove yourself. So let's understand that if somebody is pouring into you, you need to be pouring into that person. Don't just be a receiver. Even the Bible says is better to give than to receive. So it's not me saying it. Even our Heavenly Father said the same thing. So let's try our best to treat people well, especially the people that are in our charge. Okay? Thank you all for watching. Comfort, I see you. You are welcome. Hair is great. Thank you for being here. And he said that's Western culture, ma. It's gradually getting into Nigerian society system. Yeah, that's the problem we are facing. We are taking everything bad from all this Western culture, but we don't take the good. We adopt everything they're doing. You can barely see, a child now. Even some children don't speak their native language anymore. Everybody wants to speak English. Yeah, English is good, but what is wrong with speaking English and your native language? That is so appalling. especially Igbos. I don't know what Igbos are doing. What are we doing? What are you guys doing? Myself included. When I talk to myself too. Mind you, don't think I'm talking to you because I'm perfect. No, I'm talking to myself as well. If your child is not speaking Igbo, come on now, especially a child that is living in Lagos. What? Oh my goodness! A child in Onitsha that are not speaking Igbo. What are you trying to achieve? To tell us that your child is a Igbo child? What is that? Eh? So let's calm down in copying this Western culture. If we're gonna copy, let's copy the good they're bringing, not just the bad. Because if we're copying the good as well as the bad, we will not be called third world anymore. Our government will improve, our roads will improve, our education will improve, other things will improve. But no, all we're busy copying is their slangs. You see our people now say F word everywhere. Who taught you F word? Where did you hear F word? And they think is cute. They think it makes them feel cool. They think, let me tell you here, the people that say that are people that are looked down on. Classy people, high class people, people that are well placed don't use those words. So those words you're busy copying, thinking it makes you big. The people wey sabi, they will be looking at you like, where is this one coming from? Is Mgbeke feeling funky? So be coming down, be coming down. So yeah, I agree with you. Great. Yeah, the Western culture is infiltrating our culture too badly, unfortunately. Okay. Comfort say I did not see Lolo. Yeah, today is just me because I wasn't talking about trending topic. I just wanted to come in here and talk about this boy that I saw. Um yes, this boy that I saw, sorry, somebody distracted me. This boy that I saw a video about him and the teacher, 33-year-old female teacher, doing nonsense. I call it nonsense because with a child is nonsense. Okay. So that is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to come here and talk about that. And thank you all so much for watching. You guys have been wonderful. You guys have been great. I appreciate all the chats, everything everybody contributed. I do see your contribution. I didn't get a chance to read all of them because I was just so fired up. So yeah, that's why Lolo is not here. It's just me today, and I just wanted to talk about this one topic and not trending topic. I know a lot of things are trending. There's a lot of things, but I don't even want to go into those because I don't really and my mindset is not fun. My mindset is not to have fun, but just to come and deliver this message and go. And my sister-in-law, of course, my sister-in-law Ndidi, so sorry, so sorry. My sister-in-law, the father passed away yesterday, and it's a family thing, so we're dealing with that. So it's not really time to come and be doing trending topic and having fun. So we're still in digesting that. So we're still somewhere in mourning. So that's why, yeah, Lolo is not here, comfort. But thank you for coming. I'll let Lolo know that you miss her, and she'll be back. Okay, she'll be back. And then Vivian, thank you so much for coming. Chisom, I'm waiting for the host to let me in. Oh, Chisom, you want to come in? Yeah, and indeed that I said my co-wife, my co-wife. I think my co-wife is a better word. Chisom, can't see the link? So maybe we let Chisom speak, then we round up. Chisom, you can see the link. I'm waiting for the host to let me in. I'm not seeing your request to come in. So try again. Let me see. I don't know why. I'm always having this problem with this link. I don't know what is going on. So Chisom, try again. Let's see if it will work. Okay. And Comfort, Lola wants me to send her greetings. She's watching, but she's not here because, like I said, I'm going to round this up very quickly, and we're not doing trending topic. You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I try my best to spread awareness. My whole thing is spreading awareness because there are people that don't know these things. And of course, in the court of law, ignorance is not an excuse, unfortunately. So you can't just go and say, I didn't know. Whether you know or not, you'll be held liable. So I try my best to create awareness anywhere I can, mostly in health, because I'm a science girl in health. But I basically do like every area of life, and I like to touch because I'm somebody that I get bored easily, so I don't want to do one thing all the time. I want to diversify, do other things, talk about other things. So Chisom, have you been able to find that link? We're still waiting for Chisom to get into the studio. And let me paste it again. Again, every Sunday I have issues with this link. People saying they're not finding it or they can't get in with it and all that. Chisom, have you been able to find the link? Let me see. Bear with me, guys. Okay, Chisom, I've pasted it twice. You still can see it? I can access the link, but it's showing waiting for the host to let me in. Are you joining from Facebook or YouTube? If you're on Facebook, try YouTube. Go to YouTube and join through YouTube. I don't know what is happening, and other people might be having this issue. I'm not sure. Go to YouTube on Precious POV and join from there. All right, here we go. Welcome. How are you, girl?
Hello, hello. Good evening.
Good evening, my love.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
so
good.
you
How
already
about
know the
you?
topic. What did you
Yeah,
say?
I said I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, except for this news.
I know the news
But
is
other than
very
that, I'm good.
disheartening, and I don't understand why the teacher in the first place to do that kind of a thing. What do you find attractive in a 16-year-old?
I wonder. I wonder. Oh. That's the same question I've been asking. How do you even start looking at a 16-year-old and go from go sweep the floor to I can't imagine.
I would say that teacher is a pedophile. Let's call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
That teacher is a pedophile, and it's really sad. But what I find more challenging is the fact that, as you said, people are giving the guy thumbs up, but the boy thumbs up. Why?
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing a child being abused, and instead of calling a spade, you're saying that the boy is doing well, he encouraging him, and all of that. It's quite sad the society we live in today.
Very sad.
It's quite
And
sad.
what people don't understand is that there are psychological implications. I don't even know if I mentioned it earlier, but children that start this thing too early, they have issues in adulthood. They have issues in adulthood where they cannot maintain good relationship. Oh, Chisom, we see your face today. You are so pretty. Even though the
Thank
camera
you.
is freezing up.
Oh, I
They have issues in adulthood. They cannot maintain good relationship. They are more risk. They take more risk than average adult. So it's so many issues that I can't even remember all of them. But it's not just about, oh, they did this and that's it. it has psychological implications that affect them as adults. So many of them, just know that it has, is so many of them. The ones I can think of out of my head is the ones I mentioned. It's very hard for them to maintain a normal, healthy adult relationship. And then they become hyper active in that area. They're more likely to, do nyama nyama, cheat, do all these things. They take risks. They're more likely not to protect themselves. So at the end of the day, there's consequences when they start this thing too early. And there's also psychological consequences, you know. So it's not just about that, oh, they're too young to do this. There are issues that they will carry into adulthood. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Just the same way it messes up Ochania, we were talking about Ochania, they can get into depression when they're older. They can get into addiction. There's so many issues that this thing can cause because when you start doing something that you're not ready for, you're not prepared for, there's
Yeah.
always consequences.
Yes, I strongly agree. Can you hear me clearly? Because I can see my video is frozen, but I want to.
Yes, we can see your face, but it's frozen.
Okay, I don't know
We
why.
can hear your voice, but your video is frozen.
Okay, that's perfect then. Um, like you said, there are so many, side effects to children getting involved in sex acts so early.
Mhm, mhm,
And I 100% agree with everything you have said. However, what I find disturbing is the society.
mhm.
I find it very disturbing that older men would see a 16-year-old boy having sex with a 30 something-year-old woman and they're giving him thumbs up.
I know.
It's concerning in the kind of society we are in now. And it's like, aren't you seeing the abuse that is happening there? Or
Mhm.
what are you? You're encouraging a child to keep doing nonsense. It doesn't make sense to me. And like you said, if it was the other
Oh,
way around,
Chichi, hold on. I forgot something. Please, everybody on the please share, like and share, like and share. I forgot to say it all through. I guess I was too wired up. Please like this live and share it so other people will hear. Chichi, she's on continue. Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. Um, I'm trying to set this camera ish, but it's not working. But anyways, okay. So aside the society just encouraging this young boy to keep doing the thing he's doing, why is nobody querying the woman who is 30 something and finding a 16-year-old attractive, which is very silly? And like you said, if it was the other way around, it would have been a different ball game because people will start, calling it an abuse, calling it a
Mm-hmm.
rape,
Mm-hmm.
calling it all sorts, which is what
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know why men that some or the society is encouraging a little boy to do this kind of thing and seeing no issue with it because it's a guy and they're saying, oh yes, he's a man. He's proven that he's a man, which is silly.
So
But
sad.
then he's not a man at 16 and he's being abused and then there's so many psychological aspect to this. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an output to the environment later on.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
what he's taking now, what he's doing now, what the abuse he's going through now, which nobody's
Mm-hmm.
seeing as an abuse, would be
Mm-hmm.
when he's probably 30 something too. He'll probably be looking at what? He'll probably be looking at an 8-year-old child.
Exactly.
Well, so
Exactly.
garbage in, garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everyone should be more concerned on correcting this and not encouraging it.
Yeah.
Because in his defense, you see, after all, they did it to him when he was 16.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's just sad, and I really really hope the society starts calling a spade, call an abuse an abuse. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's a boy that is 16 and they're feeling like, oh yes, he's a man. No, he's
Mm-hmm.
a child and he shouldn't be involved in such things, especially with someone that age. And then the teacher too. My goodness, the things God will judge is plenty.
Justice for God.
Honestly, the things God will judge will be like, I'm very sure on judgment day, God will be like, did I ask you to do this one? No. The
It's
teacher
crazy.
on that end, I don't know what she's trying to achieve. She didn't see her fellow. I mean, what is wrong with people and not seeing their age mates?
Imagine,
And
with
and
as many people in this world,
yes, and not seeing their
with
age
as
mates.
many people in this world, it's
It's
so sad, honestly. Sometimes I don't even know where to begin again. It's like the moral decay.
yes,
The moral
it,
decay is alarming. It's
it's
alarming. And they're getting bolder. Because at least before it was shameful, people will hide, people will But now they're getting bolder. They're getting bolder. That's how come they'll be doing this and recording it. Recording it. At the end of the day, it was recorded. For that tape to leak, it was a tape that was recorded.
again, it's out of the boldness, like you said. You're getting
Mhm.
bolder. It's out of
Yeah.
boldness that they will record it in the first place. Yeah.
Eh, exactly. So it's crazy. May God help us.
Amen.
May God
And
help us.
the
Thank.
part where you were giving your personal experience, yeah, it's
Mm,
very okay to share your personal experience because it kind of enlightened the world to say, oh, you see this woman every day on live, and at least you're able to say she's shared something about her personal life that I resonates with me. So as you share your personal experience, lots of people around the world would be able to say yes, they experienced something similar and won't feel isolated in that experience they've had. So it's very okay to share your personal experience and sorry for what happened when you were a lot younger. I just hope these people now have sense.
thank you, my dear. Thank you. You're right. You're right. It validates your stand too when you share personal experience. Maybe I'll do a little more of that. I'll do a little more of that because I've experienced some things. Okay,
Oh yes, sir.
I've experienced, but I thank God. I thank God for the family I have. I thank God for my family. So at the end of the day, I was protected.
Mm-hmm.
But I can imagine it's not every family that we protect. And I have senior ones. It wasn't really my parents are so much. It was also my senior ones because I have a lot of senior brothers and sisters. So they're very protective. They know what's up. So sometimes it's my parents also, but also your senior ones, that will be involved in these things, making sure you're protected because so many adults are out there ready to exploit children. Is
Yes.
alarming. It was so many. Sometimes even all this uncle. If he's not blood uncle, because thank God my blood uncles were good. But if he's not blood uncle, be careful with the uncles.
Yes.
Even some blood ones too in some other cases. So, but thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the empathy. I do appreciate it. And yeah, as time goes on, maybe I'll be chipping in a little bit of because some things I say is also based on experience.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some things I teach is also based on experience and not just theory. So yeah. But anyway, thank you. If you don't have anything else to say, Chisom, we can go ahead and round up. So we can think. I think we're right at that 1 hour mark. Yeah, we're at that 59 minutes. We're at that 1 hour mark. So we're keeping to time. We are keeping to time. So once again, thank you everyone. Shisom, thank you so much for coming into the studio. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much. This life cannot be the same without you. You have always been very active. You're always here almost every Sunday and chipping in where you can. So I do appreciate you, and I do appreciate everyone in the comment section. Um,
You.
Kelechukwu, Nkechi, National Lord, thank you guys for still being here. Don't forget to like this live, hit the like button, and share. Share, because the most important thing is to get the word out there to other people. Okay, share, and until next Sunday, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and thank you for being here. And may God bless everyone. And I love you. Mwah. All right, bye.